Hey everybody, Minnesota Boy here. As you can tell, I am not outside right now doing some geocaching or playing Munzie because the weather this week in Minnesota has been quite cold. I know a lot of you this week down in the southern part of the United States have actually gotten snow, which is pretty unusual for you. But try coming here where we have some snow on the ground, but it's also way below zero. We've had a number of days recently when it has been below zero all day, and that's below zero Fahrenheit. Minnesota can be a rough place to do geocaching in the wintertime. Sometimes it's just too cold, you just don't want to go outside. Now, you can bundle up and get outside, and I'm not saying you can't do it, but sometimes it's just better to stay in. Well, today is one of those days, and so in this video, I wanted to talk to you about something that is a part of geocaching that I love, and that's path tags. I have 5 path tags of my own. These are those path tags. As you can see, I have a Paul Bunyan theme. I am a Minnesota boy, and I love Paul Bunyan and Babe the Blue Ox. And I have 3 path tags with that theming on it. And then I have 1 path tag like this that has my Coexist brand on it because I love to play the game of Munzie as well. So you see the geocaching, general geocaching logo on there and the Munzie logo. And that's because I love both of these games. And then the last tag that I have is this one here. And this tag here, I did not design this tag. My daughter designed this tag. She put it on the front of a Father's Day card that she designed for me. And on that tag, as you can see, are lots of little symbols. And those symbols are all indicative of things that we did together and things that are meaningful to the two of us. And I so appreciate this design because she made it herself, that I had it made into a path tag. In my entire collection of path tags, the ones that I have collected, I have a little over 500. I have 501 path tags currently in my collection. You can see this is how I keep them on the wall. I have these boards. The top board, the bigger one, is one that I purchased many years ago. And it's just got little circles cut into it with a little magnet in the middle, and the path tag sticks in there. And the bottom 2 boards I made myself. So now that I know how to make these boards myself, I can make more of them. So when my collection expands just a little bit more, I will be able to make some more and have more room to keep all of my path tags displayed, which is the way I like them because I like looking at them. I like other people to be able to look at them. So if I have them up on the wall, that's something that can happen. If I just put them in a bag in a drawer, no one ever sees them, and they're just not as fun. So putting them up on the wall like this is a great place to display them and so that everybody can see them, and we can talk about the different stories that go along with each of these path tags that I have. Now, path tags, if you don't know what they are just little collectible coins that geocachers use, and they are different from geocoins. Geocoins are supposed to be traveling from one cacher to another, from one event to another, from one geocache to another, and you don't keep them. The difference with path tags is you get to keep them. They are meant to be collected. So if you find one in a geocache, you can keep it. You don't have to put something else in the cache to do that either. It's not a trade item. It's just something that's in there for other cachers to find that's been left behind by another cacher. And you can collect them and put them on your wall like I do. I have one tag with me right now. I didn't bring any of my own, but I have this one here because this is my brother's one of my brother's path tags. His geocaching name is Gravity Bear. You can see he's got his bear on there and a nice black hole sucking the bear in. You can see it here. I'll put up a better picture of it here so you can see it. It is a wonderfully designed coin. And this coin happens to be designed by Jen at Pink Sweets Pathtags Designs. And that's the artist that I've been using recently. My first path tag was designed by another artist, Dan Phelps Inc. I don't think that he's currently doing path tags anymore, but certainly Pink Sweets Designs is, and she is so easy to work with. Jen is wonderful to work with. You can give her the very basic design that you thought of, or just tell her in words what you think your design is, and she'll come up with something, and then she'll work through it for you in one day and get it all done. And you'll have a beautiful path tag that can be easily submitted to pathtags.com following all of their rules for what the resolution has to be and what colors, how the colors are described. and all of those things because Jen knows how to do those things. So I would suggest using a path tag designer that you can find on pathtags.com to design your path tag. And if you're going to pick one, I would say pick Jen at Pink Sweets Designs because she's wonderful and does a great job. Her basic cost of designing a tag starts at $42. That's really cheap for an artist to make something for you. And I think it's a wonderful deal, so don't pass on it if you are going to make a path tag. A basic starter kit for path tags, if you order some, is 50 tags, and it's $120. And that includes their design process, that includes their approval process, getting all that stuff done, the back and forth that happens just to make sure that your proof is good for a production run, and then they'll send you the 50 coins. If you want more than that, you can certainly order more than that, and the more you order, the lower the price is per tag. So if you order a larger amount, you pay less per tag, and that's just a great way to save some bucks on each tag if you need a lot of them, which is cool. Sometimes I have ordered many of them. That Munzie tag that I showed, I ordered probably, I think, 500 or 600 of those. The one that my daughter made, I only ordered 50. So, sometimes I order more or less depending on what I'm going to do with that particular tag. Now, path tags themselves, as you can see here in my hand and also in this photo, are about the size of a US quarter. They're a little bit smaller than a US quarter or a €1 coin if you're using that monetary system. It's just a little bit smaller than a €1 coin as well. So they're really easy to place in caches. They fit in most geocaches that you would find, except for the very small ones. So if you want to distribute them that way, they're really easy to do. Also pretty easy to mail. You have to wrap them up a little bit in an envelope so they don't get shot out of the envelope by the postal sorting machines, which has happened to me. So you do want to take a little precaution, but otherwise you can basically just mail them in an envelope inside of a card, and it works just fine. When you design a path tag, you can use up to 10 colors on your path tag, but the more colors you use, the more kind of confusing it gets. You can see they're pretty small, a little bit smaller than a quarter. So if you use a few less colors and a less intricate design, it usually comes out better. The more tiny things you get on that tag, it's just going to look kind of jumbled, and it's harder to see them to the naked eye. So I would suggest using a few less colors and make your design as simple as possible so that it shows up really well on the tag. When you make a tag, there are 4 different basic plating options. There's copper, silver, nickel, lots of things like that, so the tag will look a little different. They all have an iron base to them though, so that they are magnetic. So if you, like you saw on my board, you can stick them on magnets to hold them. And so that's a really great part of them. All the standard path tags come in this size and with a little hole in them. And that hole can be used to put them on a little chain, or you can even have, if you don't have a magnet board, you can have a peg board where you have little tiny nails and you can hang them. They all come with that little hole. If you're not making a standard one like this, they also make what they call shapes. That's what my larger one is that my daughter designed. That's a little bit of a larger circle. You probably couldn't tell in the photo. It just looks like every other one because that's just a big circle, but you can make other shapes as well. Here's one of the geocaching vloggers tags that's in the shape of him holding his camera, which is great because he does YouTube videos. Here's one from Buckeye Cacher. It's his symbol. So there are lots of different shapes that you can make them into as well. Here's a square one from Supernauts. Pretty cool, huh? So there's lots of different things that you can do with path tags. Thanks so much for listening in on this video about path tags. If you have any questions about path tags, I'd be glad to answer them. Just shoot me a message below the video and I will be glad to answer any questions about path tags. Or just go to pathtags.com and read some of the information they have there about how to design a path tag, how to get hooked up with an artist to help you, all of those things, what the costs are. That's all on pathtags.com. You can look at a gallery of all kinds of path tags that have been designed before, and you can see what other people have done, so it'll give you ideas about what you might want to do if you want to make a path tag. So go ahead, think about it, make a path tag, and send me a trade request, and I will trade one of my path tags for yours. We'll see you next time. right here on this channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave. Thanks. Bye.